We've warned you to the situation where we said this was happening. It's going to happen. A lot of you have laughed at us, told us, hey, you're crazy, you're nuts, you don't know what you're talking about, you don't know who you're talking to, and stuff like that. Well, here's the situation. This is all coming down. The streaming wars is moving to the next levels now. We've talked about Tubi TV, we've talked about Paramount, we've talked about Peacock, all these situations, censorship, all down the line. We told you, children's television is, as far as broadcast, is dying out. Nickelodeon, Disney Channel, Cartoon Network, Adult Swim, Toonami, all these guys are going away. There has been a steady decline of over 50% of the viewers has been lost. You look at the levels that they've been losing at, and all you got to do is look at the programming they're showing. When you're showing Teen Titans Go on repetitively, you've taken the Adult Swim app and you ripped it apart. All those great live podcasts that were running on the Adult Swim app, you canceled them all. Why? They were popular. People loved them. They were great shows. Our show, Saturday Pre-Flight, was based partially on one of their shows on there, because basically they had a Toonami Pre-Flight, which was great. I loved the Pre-Flight. All the talks of anime and stuff like that, all the stuff that was coming forward on the next night. That is a great show to watch constantly. But it's gone now. They fired everybody. And the thing about it is, and I'll say this once and I'll say it again, the reason Adult Swim was successful in ours because it was left alone to its own vices. They were in Georgia, I think it was Georgia, yeah, in Georgia. They allowed them to free reign. They created some great programming. Now they're being wrangled in. We get this from Deadline, and this is basically the nail that's going to be the final nail in the coffin to the death of Cartoon Network, to the death of Adult Swim, to the death of Toonami. Okay? All of this is going to be little parts of the HBOMAX site. In other words, it will be just a click on file that would be part of the streaming site. From Deadline, Adult Swim and HBO Max merge animation development under Susanna Makos. In the latest consolidated move within Warner Media Television operations, Adult Swim and HBO Max adult animation division teams are being combined into one, led by Susanna Makos. Previously EVP Original Comedy and Animation for HBO Max, Makos is taking an expanded role as EVP Original Comedy and Animation for HBO Max and Adult Swim. Does she have any experience in the animation industry? She will come to report to Sarah Aubrey, HBO Max head of original content, and will now also report to Adult Swim's president, Michael Owen, on all content developed for Adult Swim on all platforms. Adult Swim's development team, led by VP Walter Newman, will now report to Makos. The adult animation booming is just starting, and by aligning our strengths and organizing as one unified best-in-class development teams, we are creating an unmatched multi-platform destination for both creators and fans. I disagree with that. The adult animation boom has been around for years. For years. Okay? This is not new, Deadline. It is not new. This has been strong as long as Adult Swim has been around. You've had adult animation. Okay? It's, Hulu's got some great shows on there that adult. They don't talk about Forget About It. They don't talk about all the other ones that they've had on there, which have been very good. Netflix has a bunch of adult animated shows on there that have been pretty good. Some of them really good. Some of them not so good. But it's still there. And so has other sites as well, including Apple. Adult Swim has created an iconic adult animated brand, and that its identity will not only be preserved, it will be further fueled by HBO's Max and Susanna's talent development leadership. This is the point where you look and say, you have to scream and say, Adult Swim will only be on HBO Max. This is what's going to happen. Not today, not tomorrow, but down the line, this is what's going to happen. Added Oween's Adult Swim has been #1 destination for young adult audiences for more than 15 years now. Merging the two best development teams in this business puts Adult Swim in the heart of our company's future and further strengthens Warner Media as the global leader in adult animation. Walter and the Adult Swim genre-defining work is now under Suzanne's seasoned expertise will propel Adult Swim's development process as we continue to push new boundaries and reach new audiences. Launched in 2001, Adult Swim is behind the Emmy-winning adult animated searches as the global phenomenons Rick and Morty, Robot Chicken, Glenn Tartakovsky's Primal, as well as Aqua Teen Hunger Force, The Venture Brothers, Metacopolis, Final Space, YOLO's listed in there. Toonami's Adult Swim popularity weekly anime block features some of the best genre, including such as Fooly Cooly, Usaki Shimu, Pirate Princess, as well as the upcoming Blade Runner Black Lotus. Here's where the stupidity comes in. Deadline. One of the big reasons Adult Swim became very popular is because they brought over Futurama and Family Guy. They brought over the stuff that got canceled at Fox, that got resurrected by Fox because of Adult Swim. But nevertheless, you didn't want to report it. YOLO Crystal Fantasy hasn't been around that long. Final Space hasn't been around that long. Primal hasn't been around that long. You know, you don't tout Samurai Jack in there. You don't tout the dozens of other shows that have been on this network. There's a lot more than YOLO and Final Space that has been on this network. Much more. It is true to honor to become the steward of this cherished brand. I have long admired Adult Swim's dedication to the animation's potential for storytelling and to create truly original content that puts the fans first, said Malatakis. I don't think so. I'm excited to work with Walter and his talented team as we enter the next chapter. As part of the ramp-up of adult animation, HBO Max in February announced the orders for 3 original adult animated shows. Scooby-Doo spin-off Velma, a reboot of the vintage... See, not original. A reboot of the original MTV show Clone High, a workplace comedy Fired on Mars. The streamer also recently renewed Close Enough by J.G. Quintel for 2 additional seasons. See, that's one show that should have been on Adult Swim, and it's not. HBO Max original adult animation slated including Harley Quinn and the upcoming The Prince, Santa Incorporated, The 10-Year-Old Tom, and the reboot of the Peabody's award-winning Boondocks, which originally ran on Adult Swim, which we have not seen an inch. We have not seen a minute, a clip, nothing of the Boondocks. Should have been out already. Now they're saying it's the end of the year. Why? Where is? We're still waiting for High Guardian Spice. Not even mentioned in this article. So I think High Guardian Spice is dead. I think that series, that's gone. Cartoon Network, Adult Swim, what's going to be left of them, they're literally going to be tearing them apart and leaving them on the streaming site as a menu on a streaming site. And I'm telling you that's happening. They already have them on there. It's already there. From what I understand, from what I've gotten, is that all these new shows that they're going to be doing will be streaming on a HBO Max first. How long before they send it over to Cartoon Network, Adult Swim, and Toonami? Unknown. It's the same thing Disney is doing to the Disney Channel. Disney Channel was most likely Disney Channel is going to be the first to go. Behind it, it'll probably be Nickelodeon, and then eventually Cartoon Network and Adult Swim and Toonami. Look at the lineup that they're putting on this site. Toonami has been getting new programming, but not the real true new programming. No one's talking about Mushoku Tenshin, which basically they could play that on there. They can play that on there. You might say, well, some of the details. 2, 3 o'clock in the morning. They play freaking Fire Force. They play a lot of other ones that are adult oriented. That's where it's supposed to be. There's plenty of other anime that basically Toonami can get, but they don't, because most of it is going to be sequestered toward HBOMAX. You'll find it under the Crunchyroll app, which basically the Crunchyroll app will most likely either disappear because it'll go over to Sony if that goes through, or it will just disappear completely, like what's going to happen with Rooster Teeth. And we have that on another episode coming very soon, that Rooster Teeth is on its way out as well. So when you look at this situation, you look at this, whereas what Cartoon Network used to be, what Boomerang, what Adult Swim, what Toonami, what all these sites have done, and what they're doing to them, what they're butchering them down, that they're stripping them away, creating politics, checking off boxes and stuff like that. Remember, Family Guy is gone. Futurama is gone. American Dad is on its way out. Every other show that belonged to Fox on there is being pulled away out of Adult Swim. That was one of the, like I said, one of the biggest things that helped Adult Swim was that programming. It brought people in, and it kept them in afterwards. You think they could do another Metacopolis? Do you think they could do another Aqua Teen Hunger Force? That was supposed to have been the Courage the Cowardly Dog. From what I understand, there was supposed to have been a Courage the Cowardly Dog series. They pushed that aside. They pushed that project aside, from what I understand, from people that I know in the industry. This is, people say, well, who do you know? I can't tell you that because they'll get in trouble. But I know this is what I've been told. They said, watch what's going on. There are massive changes going on in Warner Media. We had another episode where we talked about, from the point of view of physical media, that Warner Media is going to be phasing out the physical media. Yeah, it is possible. It is possible that they're going to do this. Disney is already allocating that information as well. That they're looking at not putting out that many 4Ks and that many Blu-rays in the next coming years. So when you look at broadcast, the declining viewership in broadcast, where is the viewers going? They're going to either streaming or they're going to nostalgic channels like MeTV, like Heroes and Icons, the Movies channel, and many others. All you gotta do is look at the Nielsen Top 25. Cartoon Network doesn't even come, not even within the top 25. That should tell you right there alone where it's headed. Where it used to be in the top 20. Not anymore. So you've reached this part of the video. Thank you for tuning in. Don't forget to hit that subscribe, like, share, comment below. We'll see you on the next one. Thank you very much. Bye-bye now.
An Oriental.
And I've always sought an end through toil and misery. It can't be given, it has to be achieved. There is hope. But it has to come from inside.
Wow.
From man himself.
Cool. James Arness. We'll be back in Sweet Facts.
No, Peter Graves.
Ha ha ha.